Hi, Steve. First off, I wanted to say congrats on the daytime Emmy. I just read the news about that.
Hey, did you see my daughter went up and got it for me?
Oh yeah, you weren't available to go get your award?
No, it's not that I'm available. My wife and daughter said you can't go to any more award shows because when you don't win, you don't know how to fix your face. So I sent my daughter instead.
I want to jump into the reason you won the Emmy was from hosting your daytime show.
Right.
Now you've been doing a lot of hosting. I mean, Family Feud, you've done Little Big Shots, and now you're back at Showtime at the Apollo. You started in stand-up, but was hosting something that you've always wanted to do with your career?
Well, see, what a lot of people don't know is I started a comedy room in Dallas in 1989 called Vuku Ray, and I hosted it. And then I had my own comedy club that I opened in Dallas in 91 called Steve Harvey's Comedy House, and I hosted it. Oh. And I learned that hosting is a specialized talent because you have to be gracious. Most people are not successful hosts because they make the show about them. Right. It's really about the other person. You got to be gracious when people are succeeding. Now, if they losing, you can do your thing. But I've always hosted. Then when I became host of Showtime at the Apollo, I had so much experience bringing up acts at this one-nighter club that I had in Dallas and my own comedy club. I became good at it. That's why when we went to the Kings of Comedy, we were actually struggling with the order of the show because the first year it was just me, Sid, and Bernie. And then when we added D.L. Hughley, we needed to get a host, and I volunteered to host the Kings of Comedy because I knew as the host of the guys with the skill set, I probably had the better skill set. And most people don't want to host because it takes away from their length of time on the stage because you up there in spots and spurts. That doesn't bother me.
Now, jumping back into Kings of Comedy, there were talks of an original Kings of Comedy biopic floating around. Is that something that you would be interested in doing?
Yeah, in a way, but they would have to include Bernie some kind of way. It was 10 years after we stopped touring that Bernie passed, and we had just started talking about it, maybe doing a big reunion. But when Bernie passed, that killed it. None of us, me, Sid, or DL, wants to ever do the Kings of Comedy without Bernie. That was our guy. He was our dude, man. I mean, without him, it's just not the same.
Well, Steve, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate you taking out this call with us at Comedy Hype, and thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.